All it takes is a quick look around Stella Harvey's home, and it's obvious this Whistlerite loves Greece.
This is an artifact that I bought in Greece, and the owl for Greeks means wisdom. I got this eye probably 3 years ago. The Greeks are always superstitious and worried about somebody giving them the evil eye. So the eye is there to protect, and it's all over this house.
And while the country's signature crystal blue water and sandy beaches are what lure visitors, it's these images showing Greece's current economic crisis, coupled with its struggles of taking over 400,000 Syrian and other refugees this year alone, that's keeping some away. But not Stella Harvey.
I was in Greece in 2012. We were living very close to a Roma camp. They're living in camps, on top of each other. There's no running water, sewage. Hospitality is something that is ingrained in the Greek culture. I was surprised by it. Where had all the hospitality gone?
And so the former social worker, who happens to be part Greek, traveled to the troubled country twice this past year, visiting 2 Roma camps north of Athens and in Corinth, along with Greece's largest detention center, to try and answer those questions.
I wanted to understand why those people flee, and then what motivates some to be so accepting and others to turn away. To talk to people on the street, it feels like you're immersed in that culture. I would go back and try to relate that to what I'd already written. 400 pages later, you've got a book.
Stella's second published novel, The Brink of Freedom, follows 2 different families who have escaped their countries and the people on the other side fighting to help them. For this writer, meeting the people already alive in these pages was motivation to keep going.
When I was at the detention center, one of the captains, his disposition, the way he spoke about the people he was helping, he talked about that as opposed to talking about, imprisoning people. He talked about how he felt he was making a difference in their lives, which is really consistent with this particular character in my book.
Those hundreds of interviews with detention officials, camp workers, and everyday folks working hard to bring order and improve conditions to the struggling country, beginning to reinforce what this world traveler has always known.
There is a minority group that this crisis, the dual crisis of both the economy and the refugee crisis, has given them a reason to hate. That the majority are what I always believed Greeks to be, as hospitable, open, friendly.
For Stella, who has now traveled to Greece well over a dozen times, this is only the beginning in her own fight to reveal the truth and hidden beauty of her home country's people. With partial proceeds of her book going towards Red Cross refugee services, this author may live in Whistler, but a large part of her heart and focus remains an ocean away.
I never want to forget that this is a very small place in comparison to what other people are experiencing in the world. There's a lot of headlines out there, but you don't have the names, the faces. Fiction tells a story in a way that stays with a person.